Okay, guys, big news. Not that this is much of a surprise to anybody, but it's quite a big milestone. Student Coin has finally raised $10 million. This is crazy how quickly it's reached this point. I think my first video was like not even 2 weeks ago when we were at like three and a half or something crazy, $3.75 million almost 2 weeks ago. And here we are sitting at about an average of like $500,000 a day. It's motoring through the phases. We're up to 1.55 cents per coin, which is still lower than the exchange value. I mean, I'm going to head over to Coin Market Cap. I haven't actually looked at it in the last little while. If we pull up Student Coin over here, yeah, still about 1.8 cents. So you still get it for much lower. You get it for about 16%. So this price, the 1.55, 16% more than what Student Coin website lists it at. So you still get that. Just a reminder, if you use my link in the description, you get an additional 5% on your purchase, especially if you do it through bank transfer. And it's 100% safe, 100% legitimate. You get your extra 5%. And it's just going motoring through the phases. Yesterday, I covered a little bit about the website, and there's an interesting comment which I think is very true. It's a very great way to look at it. It's going to go through a bit of a teething phase. I quite like that term. And just like I said in a previous video, just like Facebook in the beginning, and most sites, they need to find what works for them and the ways it works for them. And once they do that, it will just streamline the entire process, and this coin is is set to just explode. So congratulations to those of you that have got in so far. For those of you that haven't, there's still a lot of time before this thing goes up. If you look at some of my previous videos, I think my opinion once again, that once it lists in April, this 1.5 cents, I mean 50 cents is easily achievable. A dollar is even achievable, I think, once it starts to list and they start to achieve their goal of actually allowing you to make your own coins for various reasons. But just a reminder, um, if you there's about the referral program, but just a reminder, that's the last date for the initial coin offering. Then you would likely need to purchase it very close to or at this price. So you would be doing yourself a disservice not to get in early. Again, only to remember to only invest the money you're willing to lose. There's no such thing as a sure thing. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my opinions and my reasons why I think this is set to explode. And, um, you know, I've given my reasons before, but again, academic, uh, backed by academics, um, and already used by 70 odd thousand people. I don't know if they've updated that number just yet, but 70 odd thousand users, 500 plus universities. Now, interestingly, I found this article. It is old, but this just basically backs up and reiterates. So the dailyhodl.com, you can go read up about it. Student Coin found new ways to use crypto. I thought this was pretty interesting. So it is pretty old. I only just picked it up. But so basically, they say in the past few years, recruiters showed great interest in people with higher education, which led to a greater need for money amongst potential students. Obviously, you've got to pay quite a bit to go to top colleges and universities and throughout the world. And usually you've got a bank loan associated with that. And it says, however, due to the economy's fragility, number one, of course, students began searching for an alternative or for alternative solutions that didn't depend on banks. And it's not just students. And it's not just because of the um, now with the COVID basically decimating economies around the world. It was previously because you would have these massively inflated loans that you would have to pay back, and your jobs, especially. I mean, in South Africa, it's still semi okay, but people still have a lot of student debt, and you don't really get paid what people tell you you're going to get paid if you've got a degree. Um, And I hear in places like America, particularly, it's particularly bad, and how expensive colleges are there. So this is also for entrepreneurs, as they say here. They're struggling to raise money to bring their ideas to life, and they also need alternative options. Bank practices are inconsistent, 100%, and startup financing programs are highly competitive. Not only inconsistent, like I said, the payment terms are just crazy. It's like that with a lot of loans. It's a car loans. You end up paying something like 2.5%, 2.5%, I wish, 2.5 times what the car is worth. If you do it over 6 years, a house is like 4 times uh, what the price is over 20 years. So it's crazy. And it says here now that these recent years have resulted in good news as cryptocurrencies are becoming more popular with each passing day, most definitely. That fact alone has made people feel more secure in both their finances and data, definitely. But no one considered that this technology could also respond to the prayers of students and entrepreneurs, except for Student Coin's team. So then they run you through what Student Coin is basically. So Student Coin is an ecosystem built on blockchain technology that increases the functionality of cryptocurrencies, as I've said to you before. The project was designed to make it possible for individuals and legal entities to build their tokens and cure others of digital anxiety. Student Coin is sustained by over 500 academic institutions, all of them conquered by its potential. Top universities such as Stanford, Harvard, and Newcastle are just some of the names that support it. What it offers, okay, so far as the crypto learning program, now, the board consists of 5 sections ranging from basic details about blockchain technology to studies about the most influential cryptocurrencies. To complete a written course, you need to pass the exams as you go. And then the voting option, you have the right to vote for project implementation decisions, sign multiple petitions, and even participate in university elections by keeping SEC token platforms core currency. This, I don't know about that, particularly um, with how radical some universities are in their views and things. Anyway, but it could still be good if they allow you to vote as an educational type of vote. So let's see. Then the exchange platform, of course, and then personal tokens can used. You can use these tokens without vast technical knowledge. That's also very important, which we have covered before. But that's great, and it will open door to an impressive income strategy and crowdfunding. Now that's the big kicker. So see here, you can. Okay, let me read on first, then I'll get back to a little bit of analysis on this. Each student can build their own token and put it on the market for sale. These tokens are then bought by the users, giving the student the money it needs for tuition. Once he or she graduates and becomes employed, they will start paying back the loan. This approach provides students with funds while eliminating the fear of major changes in interest rates. Those who want funding to start their own company may also use this approach. So I mean, you're putting it up. I'm not 100% sure you're going to loan the money from Student Coin to put it up. To me, if you've got a fully functioning coin and a working coin, you don't have any money you really need to pay back. If you put it up, you put the money up for the coin, and 100,000 people buy the coin, and you've got the technology behind it. I don't think you need to pay anything back, but maybe with a crowdfunding type strategy, if it is, a loaning system through crowdfunding, rather take a loan there, have less interest that you need to pay back like you do with the banks, and have a more consistent sort of set of terms to pay back. Maybe even use smart contracts in the payback. So, with smart contracts, you've got a set criteria before it actually kicks in. Using that technology would be a great thing. But I mean, sorry, the final words. In recent years, the crypto space has changed a lot. As long as brilliant minds discover new blockchain technology applications, the economy will regain its balance and we will have a better lifestyle. So, in a way, Student Coin is sort of centralizing blockchain technology with students. And I don't think in a bad way, but that's the nice thing about Student Coin. Everything made on this network. Now, you got to realize, like, the way I see it is when you do any type of discovery or any type of research within a university, that remains the property of the university while you're a student there. Now, this could be something similar for Student Coin. Now, using the property of, maybe not a good word to use, but everything on the student coin network as a student coin holder, investor, whatever word you want to use. If you hold student coin, you own a part of every single um, technology that comes out on the student coin network. So, for example, if somebody released, I mean, could you imagine if someone released a different type of XRP payment method, for example, and all the banks decided they want to adopt that, and that skyrockets, and you own a percentage of that without having to even purchase anything besides the student coin. Link in the description, by the way, for extra 5%. Just had to plug that there. So, I mean, this is massive, massive news, and I think a lot of people are gonna. Again, this is another way to show how many people are going to be backed by it. And again, that comment about it possibly being a scam. I'm harping on that comment now, but there's a lot of people that have come in and said, it's a security and it's a scam and it's a this and a that. Um, are there really people that from the universities? Are there really users within the universities? Are the universities really behind it? I think yes. So for the universities, they get their money all the same. Whether you take a loan at the bank or your parents pay for it, they get their money all the same. So if there's more people that are able to pay through this method, there's also credit. Like, let me just try to see if I can pull that article up. Um, let's have a look here. I think there was an article. No, can't find it. But basically, they were saying that um, they were looking at doing like a card system or something like that for student coin. I should find the article. Don't want to talk out of turn here, but it's a whole. I mean, those of you that have been to universities, especially universities that or colleges that it's like a student town. Everything in the like I went to University of Stellenbosch and that in South Africa, and those of you that are not from South Africa, Google it. It is literally a town, like the university rules that town basically, not from like a mafia type of point of view, but basically everything in the town's catered to the students. The town maybe has 40,000 people, I think, and if it was 40,000, like 30,000 are students. So, I mean, it's massive, and universities are big business, and if you've got something that helps you solve student loan debt crisis, entrepreneur startup business crisis, I mean, your barriers to entry in a market, a lot of the time it's funding. I mean, when you go to people to go get funding for a business, you need to give up more equity than you're willing to give up most of the time. A lot of you guys have watched Shark Tank. It's something similar to that. So, I mean, it's solving all of those issues, and then all of the technology that's going to come out of this. And then on top of that, everything we covered in yesterday's video on the website. I mean, if this doesn't get you excited about student coin, then I really don't know what will. And I don't want to say to you, as I've said, there's no such thing as a sure thing, but I mean, this is big news, and sorry about that. I'm gonna wrap this video up. One of my appliances just went off. So this is big news, and I hope you guys have invested in student coin, and I hope you guys keep investing in student coin, and we can look back on this one day as the biggest cryptocurrency, one of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the world. Cheers, everyone.